Hey, I'm actually only on for a minute and no camera. I can just show you a couple basic things. Hey, if you jump in, what's that? JGZ? Hey, JGZ. All right. Can you... Okay. All right, I'm going to show you a couple things that I wanted to kind of explain. So the first thing is... Hold on, let me check one thing real quick. So first things first, this is a level... What am I? Level 23. So just kind of giving you a basis for... Like, this is not a super high level character. And I switched to the Lord Sorn Straight Sword. These guys drop it. It's a fine sword. This is the... like, a fine sword to use. There are better. I'll show you where to get the better one, but look at all these people that died. But the first thing I wanted to show you is this. So watch what happens when he hits the shield. See how he kind of bounces back? There's like a spark and it bounces. Not that one. This one. I don't know. He's doing the same thing again. That one. See how there's like a little spark and it kind of bounced off? Alright, so watch what happens when I riposte. And then that's a critical attack. So what I did was, and you're going to have some equivalent thing that you can do. So I'm just blocking on a mouse, on the controller that's just a right button press. I don't know on a mouse keyboard. You're going to have the same thing somewhere on your controller, but I'm just doing this. And then what I do is I hit shift and left at the same time, which would be like a power attack. Except I do it immediately after he hits. Now, the reason this matters is because they can do this to you too, by the way. So, you just hold up your shield, and... Now, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get a crit. I'm getting a crit because I'm overpowering them, but it's a counter attack, and it does more damage than a regular attack. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show you. Are you... drop me like a text just to let me know that you're like... you're still here or something, I don't know. Are you still there? I hope. Alright, so the second thing. This is much, much harder. It is much easier to do with a smaller shield. I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. But if you're holding your shield out and you have a parry ability on the shield, which I don't, so let me go fix that. Sorry, you're about to get like a masterclass? Not really. I'm about to show you something else. You can't do this yet, but you'll be able to do this soon enough. There's a thing called an Ash of War, and I have this Ash of War on my shield, and I don't want that Ash of War on my shield because I want my shield to be able to do... If you remember before, see how now I swing the shield and before it wouldn't swing, instead it went into like... It basically went into this position. Okay, now the shield has the ability to swing. Your basic shield has this. What you want to do, and this is what they were trying to tell you earlier, the timing is critical. It does not work on all attacks. It's only, like, and I'm not very good at it. That attack he just did is one it works against. It's the big slow attacks. I'm much better with a small shield. Ah. I'll get it. Man. My timing's not very good. So it won't work with that one. It'll work with this one. Jeez, come on. This killed me. Literally. I know I'm terrible at this. If I have to, I'll get on a tune that has a buckler. It's really easy with a buckler. See, there's a Lord Sorn Straight Sword. Alright, hold on. I'm going to get a character with a buckler. I want to show that to you so that you can see it. you really, really, really want to learn how to do this, and you want to learn how to do this when you're first learning how to play the game, or you end up like me, who has a really hard time doing it, because I didn't learn it when it was like I'm first learning the actions and the timing of everything. So give me a sec to here. Don't worry, I'm just switching characters. And then I'll show you where to get the broadsword. That's the last thing I'll do. It's a moment to load. I play on PC also, by the way. Sorry. I meant to do load. I know. I'm playing so it seems like I'm going really fast and you're watching and you're like, It'll be quick. I'm almost done. I promise. Load. Hold on. Let me go. Yeah, I'll do this character. Never mind all the armor and everything. By the way, this character is playing through... Look at what I'm using. Brass shield. Those guys you were just fighting are use a brass shield. And that's the broadsword I'm going to show you where to buy. So just FYI. Let me make sure I have... Yep, buckler. Alright. So, when you get to round table hold, that's what this is. You'll get here eventually. That guy is who makes your armor better. I'll leave everything else kind of for you to discover. So, I'm going to go same church where we were just at. Oh, yeah, nice. So, it's these, when you set them in here, see how I have mine over here? So, on a keyboard, I hit E, and notice my little 4 thing in the corner changed, and I can hit E and horse whistle. And that lets me do that. And I can put other things in there as well. Alright. So, what I want to do is I'm going to change this to the buckler. I can explain the technical part, but the smaller the shield is, the smaller the category the shield is, the better it is at doing this. Because it gives you more time to actually do it. So watch. Now I'm waiting for him to do the slow attack. The big attack is what it is, your strong attack. So that's what's called a parry. And if you time that just right, you go boom, just at the right instant, it stuns them, and you get a critical hit. That's why it did 2,000 whatever damage. Okay, so where to get that? So this is the church that we were just at, right? The golden guy is probably still up. I doubt you've killed him. So just go out this side of the church and go this way. Right? Just keep going this way. Turn right down here, follow this down, just run past this guy. Don't even worry about him. If you want to like sprint briefly, you can hit space and sprints a little bit. Just ignore him. You'll want to kill him later, just not right now. And just come down here. Just ignore everything you're going to encounter. Never mind, the screen freezes. Okay, ignore all these guys. They're going to scream at you. Ignore them. Don't care. And go to this merchant. Always pick up these butterflies, by the way. You can always pick them up. Talk to the merchant. Go to purchase, and he'll have a broadsword. And look, a club too. Here's a broadsword. There's a short bow. And there's arrows. And these arrows for this price are actually like a good price. It's really easy to use a lot of arrows. But this guy has a lot of good stuff that you'll want. The broadsword is the best regular straight sword in the game. I'm not saying it's the best weapon in the game, but for the straight swords, it's one of the best in the game. And that's weird. Sorry, AMD just decided to auto-update, so my game went background. So this shield here is kind of like the buckler, but not quite as good. But you could use it. You can absolutely do that thing where you knock that guy with the shield that you have. You don't need the little tiny shield. I'm just really bad at doing that, so that's why I have it. But that broadsword this guy sells is fantastic. If you're looking for a straight sword. This type of straight sword. See how it says straight sword? That's what I mean. And then just to kind of mention something really quick. Here's the attribute scaling. A is top, it's not S. Just think the same thing like S tier, except A is the... Actually, there is S tier. I take it back. You can have an S tier here. So, if you could start with a weapon that's going to be like D, D, and by the time you finish leveling that weapon up, see how it says plus 25? It could be like S, C, because the dexterity doesn't scale as much. Dagger, you'll notice... oh, this is a specially updated dagger to switch it to be a high-strength weapon. So, see how... Okay, this bow has strength, dex, and int. That means that its damage will go up when all of those go up, but it will do better with strength and dex. That's what these numbers mean. This one is just strength and dex. So when people say strength build, it's because they're only worried about the strength component. It's never advantageous to crank up dex instead of strength unless dex has a better scaling factor. You will eventually be able to change those scaling factors with those Ashes of War. Don't make any decisions right now based on that. If you crank up strength, you're going to do fine. You will eventually be able to change your build, like as if you were level 1 and then build it back up again. Anyway, did you have any questions? Something that I can show you while you're here? I want you to be able to get back to playing. I'm not trying to, like, take that away from you. Yeah, you're welcome. I just wanted you to see the ability to do this. And yeah, and that's where the broadsword is. So remember when I told... So I think I mentioned earlier that you'll be able to do... when something is specifically a crit and it'll matter later. See how this item I have on says... Sorry. It says enhances critical hits. It means it increases the damage of critical hits. Technically, it increases the attack power of the critical hit, but the effect is it'll do more damage. This one, specifically, when I did the thing where I do the... He hits me, and I go shoong, and I hit back, that's this one. That's a guard counter. So, don't worry about picking up these. You're going to have people that are going to try and steer you to, like, you got to get this, you got to get this, you got to get this, do all these kinds of things. I'm telling you, you can get fantastic gear early game, and you can play late game with it. This is, I mean, this is how much of the map I've exposed on this playthrough, and I'm still using a broadsword. So I've gone all the way to the fire giant. I've beaten first of the succession of godlings. That's just, I've been playing it way too long. Anyway, be awesome. If you go back to streaming, I'm probably going to kick back on and watch for a few minutes. But have fun. That's the key, dude. Just have fun. Anyway, I'm going to sign off my stream. Thank you. Be awesome.